Have you ever wondered what your time is truly worth? And I don't mean the dollar value or the size of your paycheck. I'm talking about the moments you'll never get back, the moments you don't even realize are slipping away. Today, I want to tell you a story that might just change the way you look at every single minute of your life. There was a man named Ethan. He was hardworking, ambitious, and always busy. He lived his life with one core belief. I'll spend time with the people I love. Later, after this big project at work. Later, after he finally gets that promotion. Later, when life finally slows down. But here's the thing about life. It never really slows down, and later never arrives the way we expect it to. Every morning, Ethan rushed to work before the sun even thought about rising. And every night, he returned home long after the rest of the world had gone quiet. His wife would leave a plate of dinner on the table for him, covered to keep it warm. His little daughter, Mia, would leave him drawings she made that day, colorful pictures of their family, of her day at school, of a princess in a castle. But he missed it all. He missed the shared meal. He missed the bedtime stories. He missed tucking her in, because he truly believed that time would wait for him. One Friday evening, everything changed. Ethan was stuck in the office trying to close one last deal when his phone buzzed. It was a message from Mia's school, a picture attached. It was a class photo from her first grade play. And there, in the center of a tiny stage, was Mia, wearing a little homemade princess crown, a big smile on her face. He was supposed to be there. He had promised. But a last-minute meeting came up, and he didn't make it. He told himself it was just a small school play. When Ethan finally got home, late as usual, the house was dark, except for a soft glow from the living room lamp. And there, curled up on the couch, was Mia. She was still awake, and still wearing her little princess crown. Her eyes were red, and she was clutching one of her drawings. She looked up at him as he walked in, and she said something he would never, ever forget. She said, "Daddy, it's okay. I know you're busy. Maybe next time." Those 3 words, "maybe next time," hit him harder than any failure in his career, harder than any lost deal or missed opportunity, because for the very first time he realized, time doesn't pause, childhood doesn't pause, a first-grade play doesn't get a do-over, life doesn't pause. Only we do. We pause on what's important, we hit the brakes on our relationships until we realize it's too late, and the world has moved on without us. A few days later, as if the universe was determined to get its message through, Ethan's life took another turn. His father, an old man with a warm, wrinkled smile and hands worn from a lifetime of hard work, called and invited him to lunch. And again, Ethan gave his usual response, "Not today, Dad. I'm just buried in work. I'm so busy." His father chuckled on the other end of the line, that soft, quiet laugh that old men have when they're trying to hide a little bit of hurt. And he said, "Son, I spent my whole life making time for you. I hope someday you make time for someone." 3 days later, Ethan got a call from the hospital. His father had collapsed. A heart attack. Ethan rushed to the hospital, his own heart pounding in his chest. When he reached his father's bedside, the old man opened his tired eyes and whispered, his voice weak, "Don't wait for life to remind you what truly matters." And that was the moment Ethan finally broke. The weight of all those missed moments, all the broken promises, all the maybes and laters, came crashing down on him. For the first time in years, Ethan took a day off from work. He called his boss and said he wouldn't be in. Then he took another day. He started walking his daughter to school, holding her small hand in his. He sat with his wife and had breakfast, really tasting the coffee, really listening to her talk about her day. He went to the hospital and sat with his father for hours on end, just listening. Listening to stories from his father's youth, stories about his grandparents, stories about Ethan himself as a little boy. Stories he'd never heard before because he'd always been too busy to ask, too busy to listen. And slowly, day by day, Ethan realized something incredibly powerful. You can always earn more money. You can always find another opportunity, another project, another deal to chase. But you will never, ever get back the hug you didn't give. You'll never get back the phone call you didn't answer. You'll never get back the smile you didn't see across the dinner table. You will never, ever get back the time you didn't spend. Once it's gone, it is gone forever. If you're listening to this right now, maybe you recognize a little bit of yourself in Ethan. Maybe you're also racing through life so fast that the people who matter most are starting to become background noise. Maybe someone in your life is waiting for a call from you right now. Maybe someone is saving a seat for you at the dinner table tonight. Maybe someone is just hoping, quietly, that you'll show up today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next time. Today. Because here is the simple, unavoidable truth. Time is the only currency that cannot be earned back. It's the one resource we're all given, but none of us know how much we have. We don't control the quantity of our time, only the quality. We only control how we choose to spend it. So I want you to take a moment, right now, as you're listening. Think about the people you love. Really see their faces in your mind. Think about the dreams you keep postponing, the passions you keep saying you'll get to someday. Think about the life you say you want to live. And understand this fundamental lesson. Someday is not a day of the week. It's not on the calendar, but today is. This moment is. Right now is. Your life is happening in these small, fleeting, precious moments. So choose wisely, choose consciously. Before another minute slips by and becomes another regret, your time is priceless, your moments are limited, your life is happening now. Don't waste it, because in the end, when all is said and done, the real measure of your life won't be your job title or your bank account. It will be how you spent the time you were given. Thanks for watching.